Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today we're tackling a question that has puzzled many people for centuries. Did Jesus rise from the dead on the third day or after 3 days? The Bible seems to say both, and some skeptics point to this as a contradiction. But is it really? Let's dive in and see what the evidence shows. The Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke all record Jesus prophesying that he would rise on the third day. The Apostle Paul confirms this in 1 Corinthians, saying Jesus rose the third day according to the Scriptures. Peter also taught that God raised Jesus up on the third day. That seems pretty clear, right? But then we have other verses. Mark 8:31 says the Son of Man would be killed and after 3 days rise again. And in Matthew 12:40, Jesus says that just as Jonah was in the belly of the great fish for 3 days and 3 nights, the Son of Man will be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. So, which one is it? On the third day? After 3 days? Or after 3 days and 3 nights? While this might seem confusing to us today, it made perfect sense to people in the first century. The key is understanding how they counted time. Back then, any part of a day could be counted as a whole day. Think of it as inclusive reckoning. A first-century Jewish scholar named Rabbi Eleazar ben Azariah, who lived around 100 AD, said, "A day and night are a portion of time, and the portion of a portion is as the whole of it." In simpler terms, even a small part of a 24-hour period could be considered a full day. This means that the phrases "on the third day," after 3 days, and 3 days and 3 nights could all refer to the exact same period of time. We actually see this practice all over the Bible. In Genesis, Joseph put his brothers in jail for 3 days, but the text says he spoke to them and released them on the third day. They weren't in jail for a full 72 hours. Another great example is Queen Esther. She asked her people to fast with her for 3 days, night or day. But then the text says she went to see the king on the third day. She didn't wait for 3 full days to pass. Perhaps the most clear-cut example comes from 2 Chronicles. King Rehoboam told the people to come back to him after 3 days. But when did they return? The Bible says they came back on the third day, as the king had directed. The people understood that after 3 days meant on the third day. So let's apply this to Jesus' death and resurrection. He was crucified on Friday, which is day 1. He was in the tomb for all of Saturday, which is day 2. And he rose from the grave on Sunday morning, which is day 3. A part of Friday, all of Saturday, and a part of Sunday. According to ancient timekeeping, that's 3 days. It doesn't have to be a literal 72 hours. We even have similar ways of talking about time today. Think about a baseball game. If it ends after 8.5 innings, we still call it a 9-inning game. Or if you check into a hotel at 8 p.m. on Wednesday and check out at 5 p.m. on Thursday, you'll likely be charged for 2 days, even though you were there for less than 24 hours. The hotel counts any part of the day you were there. Here's a fascinating final piece of evidence. Who would have been the first to call out a contradiction if there was one? Jesus' enemies, the Pharisees. But they didn't. In fact, after Jesus was crucified, they went to Pilate and said, "Sir, we remember that deceiver said, 'After 3 days I will rise.' Therefore command that the tomb be made secure until the third day." Did you catch that? They quoted Jesus saying, "After 3 days," but they only asked for the tomb to be guarded until the third day. Why? Because to them, the phrases meant the same thing. If they thought after 3 days meant a full 72 hours, they would have asked for a guard until the 4th day, just to be safe. The fact that they didn't shows that they understood exactly what Jesus meant. So when we look at the biblical accounts through the lens of first-century culture and language, the apparent contradiction vanishes. The statements about Jesus' resurrection aren't conflicting at all. They are perfectly consistent. The Bible is remarkably precise when you understand the context in which it was written. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you next time.